Good morning, students. Today we have to discuss regarding the third elements of directing, that is leadership. In this period, we have to discuss the meaning of leadership, features of leadership, and different types of leadership, and its merits and demerits. Leadership is a process of influencing the behavior of people at work towards the achievement of a specified goal. The following element must be present in the leadership. It is the process of influence. The influence is always for achievement of common goal. There must be minimum 2 or more persons present influencing your own behavior is not leadership. The influence should be to get the willing cooperation of the employees and not the forceful cooperation. Now we have to discuss the features of the leadership. Leadership indicates the ability of an individual to influence others. Number 2, leadership tries to bring change in behavior. Leadership shows interpersonal relationship between leaders and followers. Leadership is to achieve common goal. Leadership is a continuous process. Now we have to discuss different types of leadership. Leadership style refers to leader's behavior pattern. A leadership style is the result of the leader's philosophy, personality, and experience and value system. On the basis of that, it is divided into 3 parts, that is autocratic leadership, that is authoritative, and participative leadership, that is your democratic, and free rein leadership, that is your laissez-faire. Now we have to discuss one by one, that is autocratic leadership or authoritative leadership. An autocratic leader exercises complete control over the subordinates. He centralizes power in himself and takes all decisions without consulting the subordinates. He does not delegate authority to his subordinates to perform the job. The leader gives order and expects the subordinates to follow the unquestioningly. He gives reward and puts penalty to direct the subordinates. Now we have to discuss the merits of the autocratic leadership, that is your number 1, quick decision making, provide strong motivation and satisfaction to the leader who dictates terms, and less competent subordinates are not needed at lower level, may bring positive results when great speed is required. And the demerits of the autocratic leaderships are as follows: leads to frustration and low morale among subordinates, initiative level of subordinates goes down, potential and creativity subordinates are not utilized, no development of subordinates takes place. These are the merits and demerits of your autocratic leadership. Now come to democratic leadership or participative leadership or group centered leadership. Under this style, leadership takes decision in consultation and participation with employees. He delegates and decentralizes the authority. Leaders follow the opinion of majority. He provides freedom of thinking and expression. He listens to the suggestions, grievances and opinion from his subordinates. That is means the following are the merits of the democratic leadership: improve the job satisfaction and morale of the employees, improve decision making ability of subordinates, develop positive attitude and reduce labor turnover and labor absenteeism, then quality of decision improves, leaders multiples his ability through the contribution of his followers. And the demerits of the democratic leaderships are as follows: time consuming and may result in delayed decision. It may yield positive result when subordinates prefer minimum interaction with the leader. Leader may pass the work of subordinates and abdicate responsibility. Consultation with subordination may be considered as sign of incompetence of a leader. Then come to third type of leadership, that is your laissez-faire leadership or free rein leadership. This style involves complete delegation of authority so that subordinates themselves take decision. In this style, leaders avoid powers. He serves only as a contact to bring information and resources needed by the subordinates. The following are the merits of the free rein leadership: positive effect on the job satisfaction and morale of subordinates, and number 2, maximum scope for development of subordinates, full utilization of potential capacity of employees, and number 4, full utilization of our resources. And demerits of the free rein leadership: subordinates do not get the guidance and support of the leader. It ignores the contribution of leaders. Subordinates may work in different direction and result in chaos. And number 4, that is delay in decision making. These are the demerits of free rein or laissez-faire leadership. Now we have to discuss the differentiation between the three, that is authoritative styles, democratic styles, and laissez-faire style. That is, we have to discuss point wise. That is your number 1, decision making. That is number 1, communication. Number 3, motivation technique. Number 4, delegation of authority. Number 5, focus. Number 6, that is your role of leader and growth and development of employees. And last is your discipline. Now, decision making. In decision making, that is, leaders only make decision. Leaders make decision in consultation with subordinates. Subordinates themselves make decision. Then communication, one way or downward communication, two-way communication, free flow of communication. Then motivation technique, fear and punishment, that is reward and involvement, self-direction and self-control. Then delegation of authority, no delegation of authority, delegation of authority to some extent, complete delegation of authority. Focus, leaders control, or group centered and individual centered. That is role of leader, provides direction, maintain teamwork, provide support and resources. Then growth and development of employees, no scope for initiative and creativity, scope for initiative and creativity, full scope of initiative and creativity. And discipline, obedience of order and discipline, interchange of ideas, self-discipline or control. This is about today. Have a nice day. Thank you.